Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware. They'll be open at 5 a.m. Sunday morning, and they have plenty of rock salt and also some of the other fantastic snow, ice, and melt products that are out there, like Omni, Mag, Ice, Pellets, and Flakes. And of course, there's Pellido, which is considered among the best. Now, there is a salt shortage that has developed because of all the winter weather in the eastern part of the United States. So, just to let you know, Omni has plenty of rock salt to deal with this sleet, snow, freezing rain that we may get tonight. It's not going to amount to much, though. 631-756-1125, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. And also brought to you by Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini Landscapers, 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, 631-957-5106 for all your decorating needs. Okay, let's look at what's going on here late in the afternoon. And what I've done is I've overlaid the radar on some of the current temperatures and wind conditions that are across the area. First off, most of the winds are from the northeast, and that's a cold wind around here. That's kept, of course, our temperatures in the mid to some upper 20s. The dew points are also very low. We're running dew points down in the single digits in many areas as you head from New York City north. So that dry air is going to eat away at some of the moisture that's coming up from the south. So a lot of what you see here in terms of what's being reflected at the radar at the moment is aloft. It's not reaching the ground, it's evaporating before it does so. But in southern New Jersey, down into Delaware and into Maryland, we see rain echoes, and that's all freezing rain. And you have temperatures even down near the coast at the freezing mark. So most of what I think we're going to see tonight will be on the light side. We're going to use the latest HRRR model. It's not a whole lot of precip here. It's under a tenth of an inch overall, but it is enough to cause some slick spots and some glazing. You see the radar presentation of this model during the overnight period really doesn't show a whole lot. There's an area that's forecast to develop before midnight across New Jersey and in the Hudson Valley, and that moves over Long Island and Connecticut during the overnight. And there might even, because the air is actually a degree or two colder in inland areas, especially aloft, there we could see some snow in the mix as well. So this will produce, I think, a light glaze late tonight and tomorrow morning. So be extra cautious if you're headed out traveling. Freezing rain is always very, very difficult to deal with. And further south in Virginia and Maryland, southeastern Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, where the freezing rain has been steady, that's going to continue into this evening and then gradually taper off and end. That's a big plus in that particular area. There's just a few scattered areas overnight that are left. And then we're just going to sit around and wait, because you'll notice across the eastern half of the United States and down in the Gulf states, just pretty much socked in with clouds. And I also just want to show you the extent of this polar air mass that has impacted a large portion of the U.S. Just take a look at the watches and warnings that are up throughout much of the southern half of the U.S. It's not often that you see almost the whole state of Texas, for example, in either a winter storm warning or in a winter storm watch, even as far south as Houston and down toward Corpus Christi in South Texas, seeing winter storm watches up. We have advisories up through the lower Mississippi Valley and into the lower Ohio Valley. Continuing to see winter weather advisories up for our neck of the woods here, and that is going to last through tonight, covering now southern Connecticut, the lower Hudson Valley, Long Island, and just about all of New Jersey except the two northwestern counties, south central, southeastern PA, down into Delaware and Maryland. It's a light precipitation event. It's really because of the fact that we're dealing with freezing rain here that it could become an issue during the overnight. Now let's take a look at the next weather system, because things have changed in the upper atmosphere that for those of you who don't want winter weather, you're going to be a little happier about this. Now, Sunday into Monday, really not too much happens. You start to see that moisture building up in the Ohio Valley and down into Texas during Sunday and Sunday night. A low is going to come out of there. There's a little bit of precip that runs out ahead during Monday. Not sure how real this is. This may be a little bit too far south. Thinking that maybe there might be some snow in parts of upstate New York and northern Pennsylvania and into New England, but that southern flank here is probably a bit overdone. And then the low will move up to southern Virginia, but because we really don't have the blocking anymore in the upper atmosphere, we should be able to warm up. And after an initial shot of sleet and freezing rain, probably going over to just plain rain Monday night into Tuesday morning, it's not even really showing very much in terms of rainfall. There will be snow as you get well up into upstate New York and northern New England. After that, it turns cold and dry. Then we have another storm setting up for Wednesday night and Thursday. There is some debate here on the models in terms of how this will play out. And I think there's a chance because of the cold high that'll be up in New England on Wednesday and Wednesday night that when precipitation arrives, we could get a quick thumping of snow before it goes over to rain. And then we may actually deal with some heavier showers Thursday night into Friday morning with warmer temperatures as a cold front sweeps on by. And beyond that, things are going to moderate some as we move through next weekend and into the following week. So at least this very wintry pattern that we've been in for the last 3 weeks or so looks like it's going to take a bit of a break as things start to moderate. The Joe and Joe show on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern time, so be sure to tune into that. And we'll keep you updated on what's going on this evening. Watching the radars pretty closely because with all this dry air around, the precipitation is having a bit of a tough time. We don't expect this to become anything outrageous. But again, watch for some slick spots that are going to be around. If you're in southern New Jersey, southern Pennsylvania, south central PA, a bit more might occur there because there's the radar is a bit more impressive at the moment. But in those areas, we should see the bulk of the freezing rain start to move out later this evening. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and we will again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time on the Joe and Joe Weather Show.